This video looks at PlexSpy, which runs under Kix, uses the services of Kix PlexSM, and can be configured to display the specific Kix infrastructure that underpins named business applications. Having this capability will reduce the time it takes to understand and then fix operational issues that affect your services. So jumping right in, let's look at PlexSpy. Here it is in a web browser. We have some icons and we have an administration menu. We'll expand these in a moment. And we can see some applications have already been defined, MF1 as a high-level qualifier and MF3. But we're going to add a new navigation group. It wants to be in that menu, in the navigation menu. We're going to put it at the same level, the highest level. So we'll select the last of those at the highest level. And we'll call this group banking, and we can see that appears now in the list. And we'll add another one just after that. We'll call it insurance. We can save that, and that also appears in the list. If we now refresh the navigation pane, we can see that banking and insurance appear there, but there's nothing in them at the moment. So we'll again use the administration functions to define a new application. Now we have to add a default context and scope. There's some auto suggest going on here, so as soon as I type in A, it finds that there's a Kix called accept 55. We've named this application and we're now saying where it's going to go in the menu. It's going to go into the banking group, at which point we can then start defining the resources that we want PlexSpy to show us. So having set the default context and scope, we don't have to override those in these fields. We will ask it to show us all of the MAS table entries. So let's see what Kix regions are defined into these Kix plexes. We'll look at specific regions that are running, all of them. Every Kix application runs under a transaction, at least one, so we'll look at those starting MF1. We'll look at, similarly, programs. In this instance, we'll ask for a specific program, MF1 index. Next up, we'll look for any running tasks at the time this is executed, so we'll look for MF12s. We'll keep going. We'll add a few other things in here. So let's look at, I think, lock file. Let's find lock file. It's up above. There it is. And again, we'll pick out MF1 asterisk. So vsam files defined as MF1 asterisk will be shown. We know that DB2 is used by this application, so we'll look for DB2 connections. And let's suggest that MQ is also required, so we'll look for MQ connections. We'll continue. TCP/IP services, we'll look for those that are prefixed MF1. And we'll look at a few other things just to complete the job. We can come back and edit this if we need to. TSQs, often used by applications. If we say we'll look for those prefixed MF1, they may be helpful. And let's look at something that might be interesting. Transaction dumps. Well, we won't be specific. We'll just ask it to show us all of the transaction dump codes that are defined, and we'll do the same for system dump codes. So we'll put an asterisk in each of those. We'll click Save. And now if we scan down, we can find that faster payments is now defined here. And you can see the definitions. We refresh the navigation pane. Faster payments is there. We can click on it, and then we can see the various resources that we've asked the software to show us. So you can see all of those here. If we scan down, some of them are jumping out. Some of them are highlighted, like DB2com. It's not connected. And in fact, there's no MQ connection defined at all. So one of those two things may be the reason that you've been called into an incident meeting. So discovering that quickly might get you on the road to recovery that much quicker. So that's PlexSpy in a nutshell. If you'd like to learn more about PlexSpy, then do get in touch with us. We'd be happy to give you a live demonstration of the software in use. Thank you for watching.